Trader, where successful traders aren't born, they are forged. We are talking about trading today. Trading involves risk. Please make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. All right, so first and foremost, I forgot to change the title on this. So ignore the title. Content is new. And as you can see, I had one of those things today that we call blowing up, going on tilt, blowing my accounts, whatever verbiage you want. Yeah, man. Super bummed today. I take full responsibility. I got all excited. I was on a roll. Things were going well. And the market decided to humble me. I guess I decided to humble myself by not maintaining any sense of composure. I blew all of my accounts. So I had two PAs, one of which first day I traded it. Those are gone. I had two more valuations. Those are gone. And I am starting fresh again. It sucks. This sucks. I say over and over and over again, this is not a clear line from, you make a few changes, tweaks, adjustments, you fix a few things, and all of a sudden you're good to go. You must be constantly diligent as to not just your strategy, your entries, your exits, all of that good stuff, but also your mindset and managing and maintaining your composure. Yeah, I mean, this was a tough hit today. Two PAs down. So where does that leave me? It leaves me frustrated for sure. Leaves me definitely frustrated. But as I lean into season 2 of the Forge Trader podcast, which we will be dropping another episode this week as we move into August, as we move into season 2, the big thing that I can say is I'm not the same trader as season 1 Gates. When I first started this project, the podcast, and going live through this format, I went live all last year, but going this route, when I started, I had only had one passing event, I'll call it. As I've said a couple of times, I was using trade copiers. I passed 9 evaluations at the same time. And if we're being honest, I had a trade copier glitch that went very much in my favor, and I think more than half of my profits to pass came from that glitch. So even that was not truly my skill, my discipline, or anything in passing. It was just, as Bob Ross would call it, a happy accident. So what's changed from when I first started this? I hadn't legitimately passed any evaluations. And at this point, I have now passed 5 evaluations since May. And that's 5 separate events. This was not trade copied, multiple accounts at a time. These are 5 separate individual times that I have passed. So my level of expectation has changed. I now know that I'll get an evaluation and there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to pass it. That milestone is like my 4-minute mile. Once I pass that milestone, it now is not only possible, but it has happened. Once it's happened, I can see myself getting there, and that is a big part of the mindset of going into trading, is that positive expectation. Now, passing that milestone has also built a level of expectation as far as getting that payment threshold. And I got to say, I was within $900 of payment threshold on one of those PAs and before today. And so while I haven't hit that milestone yet, the fact that I did multiple times now knock down the milestone of passing, I can see it. But there's still that missing piece of the puzzle. I still haven't hit it, and I still did what I've done in the past, which is when I get close to that next milestone, things just don't go my way. I make mistakes. Here's the thing. I think a big part of this really was that I was so close and I wanted that milestone so fucking bad that that loss initially early in the day hit me a lot harder than it does when I'm trading an evaluation. I know I can get past that. I've made it past that multiple times. I've been on a roll, not just winning trades and winning days, but also in handling the losses reasonably well. But I wasn't at that point where it was almost a payout. And so just wanting it, just fucking being so close, definitely I feel took took that mindset and really kind of turned it upside down. And at the end of the day, you can see where I landed. 4 accounts down, $2,500. There is no way for me to lose $2,500 unless I'm breaking my rules. So anyway, I promise full transparency. These bad days happen, and they don't just happen to me. They happen to seasoned traders who have been paid out over and over and over again. Sometimes it just happens. Now, I'm not making excuses. I fucked up. I did. I couldn't stop. I couldn't live with where being so close and then taking that step back. And so I ended up taking an even bigger step back. And these are valuable lessons if you reflect on them and find them. I mean, I know, listen, I went into this knowing that I was getting fairly close to that payout threshold and knowing that this is where I've struggled in the past. And I have no doubt that even just that knowledge contributed to this. So what do? Do you try to push that away? You can't push it away. That feeling is there. You know how close you are to a payout. You can't not see it. I mean, you don't have an account and sit there and not do the math. I was less than $900 away. I was afraid that this was going to happen, and quite frankly, that knowledge probably was a big contributory factor to that. It doesn't matter how logical you are outside of the charts. When you have these very deep-seated struggles, these deep-seated challenges, it takes time to overcome. And I know I'll overcome them. I know I'll pass more evaluations. I'll get into that PA, and I'll get closer and closer and closer. And I'm hoping the next one I can push through. Because once I push through, just like pushing through and getting past that first evaluation, getting past that first payout becomes that next 4-minute mile sort of benchmark, And once I realize that it can be done, my expectations change. Once I can get to that threshold without blowing up, then I will know that I've done it. Once I have that knowledge, once I have that experience, it'll have less of an effect on me. I'm not saying it won't affect me. And I mean, it definitely even still affects me as I get close to that passing threshold on the evaluations, but it is a struggle. I really don't think that struggle is ever going to be a thing of the past for me. I think that to a certain extent, it will always be there. I don't think it will always be as strong. I don't think it will always take over the way that it did today, the way that it has multiple times in the past. But here's the thing. I can keep going. For all intents and purposes, I lost about $10,000 today in funded accounts. My overall net cost was a little over $300 when I factor in what I paid for those PAs and getting some new evaluations. So I can afford $300, which means that I get to come back tomorrow. If this was just my account, I don't know that I'd be able to start again. This is what always stopped me in the past. When I was trading my own funds, you usually put in what you can scrape together. At least I know I did. I would put in what I could scrape together to try to make it happen. And if it didn't happen and I blew the account, that was it. There was no second chance. So it was literally years between attempts. And so really, my hat's off to Apex Trader Funding. There's a reason that I am, you call me a fanboy if you want. I'm even wearing the hat today. Yes, I'm close friends with the principals of the company. I am an affiliate for them, which is a big part of my income. But I will never promote something that I don't personally use or believe in. There's just no reason to, because when you have something like this, I mean, this has saved me tens of thousands of dollars. Well, no, it really hasn't, because I wouldn't have been able to put that much in. What it has done is it's given me the opportunity to continue the fight. Because really and truly, I think there's really only one asset that traders need to be successful, and that's time. You need time in the charts. You need time under tension. You need to be able to experience the losses so that you can gain the wisdom that comes from that. That doesn't happen in paper trading. It just doesn't. We all know this. I mean, logically, that's there. But what this does is given me an opportunity to be almost at payout threshold. So I was trading for money, real money that could have been deposited into my account. When I didn't get that, my cost was nominal. I get to come back tomorrow and fight another day. You may or may not love all of the rules. I will tell you that those rules have made me a better trader. By following those rules, I make less mistakes, and I've been able to up my trading game simply by the use of those rules. Trailing threshold, it sucks when you lose because of it, but I didn't lose because of the trailing threshold. I lost because of my inability to maintain my composure and continue to trade my edge. Plain and simple. Threshold had nothing to do with it. Threshold was just the piece of the puzzle that hit the marker. So anyway, if you are still struggling and fighting in the trading game and you want to go down the road of being a funded trader, go check out Apex Trader Funding. Use coupon code FORGED, FORGED, and you will get the best price available. As of right now, a couple days left at 80% off and 1 day to pass. I don't recommend going all in balls to the wall on the 1 day to pass unless that is your trading style and you're comfortable with that size of a position. If you are, it's a great benefit, but if you're not and you try to push it and you try to trade, if your normal trading is like 3 micros and you're going for $300 or $400 a day and you try to shoot for $2,500 in a day or $3,000 in a day as an example with a $50,000 valuation, that's probably not going to go very well for you, and you'll probably end up blowing more and more accounts and having to reset them or get new ones. That is just the stark reality of it. But if you're comfortable in those neighborhoods, in those numbers, go for it. It's a great opportunity to get to PA faster than ever possible before. Anyway, I didn't mean to turn this into an Apex commercial. But as you guys know, I love them. They are the one and only reason at this point that I am still fighting this fight. And I am now coming at you as a consistently funded trader. Now, the next step is to be a consistently paid out trader. I know that milestone will go down just like passing the evaluations went down. Getting paid will go down, and it will become more and more my norm, and I will have less and less issues like this, because once you're past that threshold, you maintain a buffer. You're pretty much always past that threshold unless you blow it up. So I know I'll get there. Today was not the day, unfortunately. Now, all of that said, I did want to say that from here on out, I will not be posting these lives on my main Facebook page, my Gates Adams page. I will be posting these on Twitter, on YouTube. I don't know about Instagram. Instagram is a pain in the ass. But on my main page, posting these lives is actually counterproductive to the growth of the page, so I won't be doing that. I will be posting links to it, but if you want to just get access to these, just make sure you go follow the Forged Trader page on Facebook, and you will get that, or follow me on YouTube or on Twitter /X/ whatever you want to call it. And those lives will be going up on there as well. I'm not really trying to boost those They're just platforms that a lot of people use, and if you want to follow me on that, you'll get these lives, you'll get the the recaps and things like that. I will be probably making some adjustments to how I do some of this as well, and I will probably start actually live streaming my trading. I need to do a few things to get my setup on my trading computer, because right now I'm talking to you on my Mac. I have my setup over here all nice and fancy, but I don't have it set up that way on my trading computer. So I need to do that in order to effectively stream that. But anyway, bummer of a day. Gotta say, I am bummed. But tomorrow's another day, and I have the ability to continue to fight, and I will. And I'll come back at you tomorrow. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Hopefully yours went better than mine. I'll see you soon.